Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls New Game Plus Bosses. And today we take on the final boss of Dark Souls, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. Now obviously before you kill Gwyn you want to get everything done in your entire game that you want to get done. I also recommend using this Great Shield, the Black Iron Great Shield. Why? Because it has fire resist and his attacks all have a bit of fire to them, and trust me, you will thank me. If you don't want to, that's your business, but if you use a shield, I recommend using that one. It has more fire resist than your average shield, not as much as the Black Knight shield, but it has more stability, which is why I recommend it. You will be getting hit a lot, unless you either dodge, like a ninja, a master ninja, at that matter, or block, and you will eat some damage. I also recommend if you have it, use replenishment. It will help in the beginning of the fight. Now, as soon as the fight starts, Gwyn is going to come right at you. He's not afraid of you. He has no reason to, because he hits like a Mack truck in New Game Plus. But make sure, whatever you do not get grabbed by him. It hits about half my health bar, and you can't do anything during the animation, obviously. And he will usually try to hit you right after the animation is done. And I feel like a broken record saying this, but again, a quick weapon is preferred if you use a big slow weapon like I am doing here. The only time I found to reliably safely hit him is after he attempts to grab you, which can be few and far in between the times he actually attempts to do that. You can try to hit him after his third or fourth hit, but he can combo I think up to 4 times. And he doesn't always do the 4-hit combo. Sometimes he'll do 3, wait and see if you're going to hit him, and then if you swing, then he'll do the 4th hit and smack you upside the head. So be warned about that. Oh, and yes, he can actually kick you. And you don't want to stay blocking, but if you do screw up like I did there, you're going to get hit. So stamina conservation is even more important in this fight than usual. Now, if you want to heal, the best attempt, and that's really all I can call this as an attempt, because even if he's on the other side of the pillar, he can still go around it mid-jump and hit you in the face. But that's the only time I can even think about even wanting to try to heal, unless you want to do it after he tries to grab you. God help you if you're trying to block with a Black Knight shield or even with a Black Knight Iron Great Shield. If you're not using either one of those, you're eating a lot of damage even if you are blocking, so you gotta try and get a heal in whenever you can in this fight. Now if your guard gets broken, don't panic. I think my guard got broken 3 or 4 times in this fight. As long as you don't panic, you have to get your shield back up though, because if you don't, you're just going to get cut to ribbons and barbecued at the same time. For anyone wondering, I believe Gwyn has resistance to lightning, so Pine Resin and my Sunlight Blade are out. I believe he is, however, weak to fire, so anybody using Charcoal Pine Resin, it's your lucky day. As you see here, Gwyn is extremely aggressive, along the lines of Artorias. Although he did come first, I have the slight suspicion that Artorias was modeled after this fight and its various difficulties. Above all else, this is basically if you want to do this melee, a true test of how good you are in melee combat. You do at times have to roll out of the way, unless you really want to get grabbed, which is a death wish. And at times, it's a better idea to block. It's really all up to you. That is to say, I have not found any cheap strategies, nor do I really want to find any, but I have not found any cheap strategies for anyone out there who did want one. Sorry guys, the only way I found this is to find your niche and use it to your best abilities, which for me is turtling and waiting for an opening to strike. Now there are faster strategies out there. Matter of fact, if you are good at parrying, this fight is a joke. I'm not really that good at parrying, which is why I don't do that, because I would get myself killed, but if you can parry, most of his attacks can be. The only attack that I know of that cannot be parried, I think, is his grab. Matter of fact, that's actually how I killed him the first time, because I was looking for a cheap way and just basically learn how to parry his attacks. Of course, I kind of forgot the timing of each of his attacks, and I just wanted to do the normal fight because it's more fun this way, I think. Of course, I suppose that could mean I'm somewhat masochistic in Dark Souls, but really, who that plays this isn't in some form or another. Now a neat little trick out there for you guys that have equip low despair and are having stamina troubles. You can put the grass crest shield in your second right hand slot and simply switch to it whenever he's away from you. If I was going for pure efficiency, I would have the Chloranthy ring on, which I do right now. I would have the grass crest shield in my right hand slot, my second one, and I would also have the mask of the child. However, since I was recording this, I was not about to be caught dead with the mask on. I hate the look of those masks. No offense out there to anyone who likes the look of the masks, or if you just wear them just for the efficiency's sake, you know, that's your thing. They're just not my style. You know, wearing a tuxedo into battle. Huh? Huh? That's class right there. Okay, it may not be a tuxedo, but it's the closest thing I could come up with. But anyway, back to the battle at hand here. Now for those of you out there that use pyromancy, which are probably most of you, I just don't use it because I never got around to it. But if you do use pyromancy, you can use flash sweat, which would be immensely useful, I would imagine, in this fight. And I don't know how well this works with New Game Plus, but I've heard good things about Iron Flesh. That was back when the game first came out. I don't know if they nerfed it since then or not. Now if you still need help with Gwyn, summoning people is a very good idea. There's only one problem with it. The Killing the First Flame is a PvP hotbed, so when you're human, you're going to get invaded. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. You're going to get invaded. It's not as bad as it once was, due to the Artorias DLC and the arena and all that, but you're probably more than likely going to get invaded. Okay, don't ask me. I don't know why I tried to heal there. I guess I was just being overly cautious, but in this fight, this is a very long fight if you do it my strategy, and I didn't want to take any chances, and I don't recommend you do either. Now, I'm sure the OCD of you out there are going, why didn't you pick that up earlier? I know it really takes people off sometimes when you don't pick up your blood stain and all, but this is not a fight you really want to be preoccupied with anything else. Men with giant flaming broadswords that are in a berserk state of undead generally aren't that understanding of, oh, I was distracted. Beyond everything else that I've said, though, this battle, like I said before, is all a test of you, the player. There are no cheap strategies for this. I'm actually kind of glad for that. But, on the other hand, this fight can be rather annoying. I'm sorry, this battle seems to be dragging on and on, but that's what you have to do when you're waiting for one specific attack. You can't really do a whole lot else than just try and survive. But, as you see here, you can do this, and it will work. Don't worry, I actually find out something that I feel completely sheepish about here rather soon, and it makes the rest of the fight go very quickly. You know, after I screw up. Yeah, that's how much that hurts. And this is the attack to watch out for. Get out of the way now. I think you can probably block that, but it just looks so cool to dodge it. You know, now that I think about it, I guess I did kill Gwendolyn, his son, and now I'm here to kill his father, Gwyn, and I just kind of feel like a horrible person. Now, that healing may have just looked, you know, asinine, but that, I mean, I ended up with more health than I had before. You gotta look at the positives. That's a heal right there. And yes, I know, I'm not using the correct pillar. I forgot how much that hurt. I'm not using the right pillar, but those pillars are nonetheless a somewhat effective way of keeping Gwyn away from you. healing like anything else, in this fight, do not get greedy. Don't try to heal more than once, because you're lucky if you get the one heal uninterrupted. Now, rolling to the side is a lot more dangerous, but it also gives you an opportunity to actually hit him. And here's where I went, oh, I can stagger him. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. This fight goes into overdrive now, because, oh, I can stagger him. It means I can hit him more than once. Oh, 3 times, and he's almost dead. At this point, as we all know, this is a critical juncture. Yes, I would love to go up there and just hit him at the first available opportunity. On the other hand, I don't really want to die and do this all over again. Now, I'm kind of curious, what exactly hit me there? Did he, like, cut me shaving there? Because it didn't really do a whole lot of damage. I mean, he hits like a truck here. I would have thought it took more damage than that. Every one of these attacks, I'm thinking, oh god, I should totally go for it. I should just go for it right now. Or after the 3rd swing. But I'm too much of a wuss, therefore I did not do it. I'm waiting for him to try and grab me. And he signed his death warrant, and that is Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but we're not done yet. This is the end of the playlist. Not technically, I'm going to upload 2 more videos after this, but this is going to be the end of the playlist, so this is basically a thank you for watching this, and I'm sorry, that was such a very long fight. And since we did the Dark Lord ending last time, we're going to link the fire this time. Why not? You know, plus it gives me an achievement, so awesome. This was Dark Souls, New Game Plus Bosses. And this is basically just an area for me to say whatever I feel like. This is a very fun thing. I'm actually a little sad right now because it's all over. Like I said, I still have to upload 2 more to make the playlist complete, but for all intents and purposes, this is the end of the playlist, and I feel saddened. But I've been contemplating actually doing another playthrough of Dark Souls. I know, hear me out. I've never really done a sorcerer, pyromancer playthrough. I did one once, and I never actually finished it. But I know I don't really want to do that right now because I want to do other projects. In the future, who knows, maybe. And, you know, you guys have feedback, let me know, because whatever you guys want to watch, you know, if you don't want to watch it, tell me. If you do want to watch it, maybe sometime in the future, awesome. I just don't want to do it anywhere near now because, well, obviously I played Dark Souls through twice just now, and I don't really want to be known as that guy who does Dark Souls videos. I mean, I love Dark Souls, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I want to do other things too, as well. I've had a few ideas for future Let's Plays, forefront of which is Alpha Protocol, a game that not a lot of people really talk about. A lot of people don't like the game. Personally, I love it. Gameplay may not be the best in the world, but the story is freaking awesome, at least in my opinion. It is one of those games that a lot of people don't really want to play it, but the story should be experienced at least once. And that's good for me because I love playing the game personally, so it's a win-win for all of us if you want to watch that. My second idea is a game that I'm not sure anybody's ever actually heard of. It's called Sakura Wars. It is a bit read-heavy, but it does have some strategy elements. There are battles, and they can be somewhat epic. So if you want to watch a strategy game that has some story, you know, that's on the menu as well. It might sound like a bit of an odd choice for a Let's Play, but again, a lot of people, that's not their forte. But the story in itself is very solid, and the battles are actually quite fun. I'm gonna tell you this now, though, it is a mech game. Yes, giant mechanical robots. That's just win right there. So that's a factor. Okay, I guess you probably don't care about that, but still, it is awesome. Sorry, I watch a little bit too much anime, but still, there you go. Moving on from giant battle mechs, though. Choice number 3 is actually an old favorite of mine. Goes by the name you guys might know, called Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1. I have Mass Effect 2, but if I'm going to start a Mass Effect Let's Play, I'm going to start at the beginning, and maybe in the future, who knows, maybe do a Mass Effect 2 Let's Play as well. If you don't know what Mass Effect is, I don't really know what to tell you. You must have lived under a rock or had absolutely no interest in it either way. Either way, that's another choice on the board for you. If I don't hear any recommendations from anyone, I'm most likely going to play Alpha Protocol, because, like I said, that game's story is awesome, at least in my opinion. But still, it is a spy thriller, if you want to call it that. It just seems like a safer bet than Sakura Wars, if no one says anything, but you guys are a factor, so please tell me what you want to watch. But future projects aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helps somebody out there with even one of the bosses I'd be happy with. Because this game can be frustrating. This can make you want to throw your controller at your TV, or at your monitor in my case. Some of my strategies, not perfect. Some of my execution, obviously not perfect. But hey, if I can manage it, believe me, you as a player, you can manage it. I trust you. Now, sadly, or as most people would say, gladly, the credits are almost over. So thank you everyone who supported me in my Let's Play Dark Souls series, and who knows, maybe in the future I will play Dark Souls again. So, once again, thank you, and I hope this helps somebody out there with some part of Dark Souls, and I shall see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.